Hello again. Now, the South African Weather Service is warning of heavy rains in the Vhembe and Mopani districts of Limpopo province, as well as parts of Mpumalanga province. The warning comes as remnants of Cyclone Freddy are set to reach parts of South Africa. For more on this, we are joined by Lehlohonolo Thobela, a forecaster at the South African Weather Service. Good afternoon, Lehlohonolo. Welcome to today. The last time I checked, the tracking of Cyclone Freddy, it had already, of course, gone over Madagascar, was over the the Mozambique Channel in the Indian Ocean. How far is it from landfall in Mozambique?
Good afternoon, and thanks for having me. Yes, the system still tracks to be over the Mozambique Channel, and it's expected to be over the southern parts of Mozambique by tomorrow. And it's still moving fairly quick, the system, as you see, it's seen all along the Mozambique Channel, still persistent. It's moving in a west-west, southwest direction, and it's expected to make landfall south of Mozambique by tomorrow. And if we then are to get any showers and rain, I expect it on Saturday, mainly over the northeastern parts of the country, to be specific, along Mopani and the Vhembe district. That will cover areas around Thohoyandou and areas well further east and north of the lowveld of Mpumalanga. Then can also expect some rain, but most of the rain that should be impactful should be expected over the northeastern parts of Limpopo by Saturday.
Yeah, ordinarily when a cyclone hits landfall, when it starts to go over land, it begins to lose its definition as a cyclone, becomes a tropical storm, but dumps a lot of water. For how long do you think the wet rains, the rainfalls rather, would be for the northeastern part of the country from Saturday?
So the system doesn't sit well for a long time. Looks like it moves over the southern Mozambique and then touches the border of Mozambique and South Africa, being the northeastern parts of Limpopo by Saturday. We still have expecting an 80% chance of showers and thunder showers, mainly over those areas on Sunday. And then by Monday, it looks like we'll have just a scattered chance of showers and rain as the system propagates and moves further north into Zimbabwe. And then that's when I think we still left with some moisture that will bring about some scattered showers and thunder showers, considering that the system had left with itself. I mean, I appreciate what you just said, that it brings about a lot of energy as much as it loses itself and it loses energy itself, but over the land it leaves much of its energy as it propagates. So as it moves further into the north, moving to Zimbabwe, it will leave about some moisture which would be enough to bring about showers and rain over the northeastern parts of the country, especially over the Vhembe and Mopani district area of Limpopo. So we're expecting an 80% chance of showers and rain to still remain on Sunday, and then spreading over into the week where it just moves over to a 60% chance and then a 30% into Tuesday and the days to come.
Yeah, how much rainfall should the likes of Vhembe and the Mopani districts brace themselves for in Limpopo? I mean, do you have any idea yet, Lehlohonolo?
Well, we still, as it seems, and the models are still suggesting any amounts greater than 20 millimeters of rain, up to about 100 to about 150 millimeters of rain. So it's still expected to bring about some rain, mainly over those areas. However, we're still monitoring and tracking the system. As soon as that is known and it's for sure closer to the time, we'll definitely issue a warning. So the South African Weather Service is still monitoring the situation, as the system hasn't even made landfall over Mozambique. It's still then a forecast and it's tracked daily, every day, every hour. We make sure that we want to have a warning sent out as soon as possible. So for now, we're still monitoring it making landfall over Mozambique. However, the model still suggests that it would have any amounts greater than 20 millimeters of rain, reaching to about 100 millimeters of rain should the system move further south.
Yeah, and that's going to be from Saturday to Sunday and maybe a little bit on Monday. Yeah, the Weather Service monitoring that situation. Thank you very much for the update. Lehlohonolo Thobela, a forecaster at the South African Weather Service, just giving us a sense of what's likely to be the impact of Cyclone Freddy on South Africa. It's set to make landfall overnight in Mozambique, in the southern part of Mozambique, and then, of course, it will dump more rain as it moves westwards, and parts of Limpopo and Mpumalanga should brace themselves for heavy rains on Saturday and Sunday.